So this was pop quiz 2, which was related to topic measurement. So in the first question, decorator wishes to calculate the area of a bathroom tile so that he can estimate the amount of adhesive he need to buy. So what he must, like how to work out the area, that is length multiplied by width. Using length into width, we can work out the area. So to measure the length and the width, what we need a ruler or the scale. So B is the right answer for this. The measuring cylinder contains some water. When a stone is put into, the water level rises. What's the volume of the stone? So each line is representing 10. So this one is 60, 70, and 80. It is between 70 and 80. So this is 75. And here 100, 110, 120, and 125. So how much the volume changes? It changes from 75 to 125. So the change in volume, the difference 125 minus 75, that will give us B as a right answer. Sorry, A is the right answer. Not B because we take a difference, 125 minus 75. So 50, which is A. In this one, the diagram shows a thick wall tube. The thickness of a wall is 3 millimeter. What is the internal diameter of the tube? So we want to measure the internal diameter. So the internal diameter, we draw a line from here. And we draw the second line. So this one is 4.1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4.4 starting at 4.4 and ending at 7. Or 7 point. Yeah, if I draw the straight line. Yeah, it was actually not straight with the previous line. So it is ending at 7.2. So when we take a difference, 7.2 minus 4.4, so this length is how much? That's equal to 2.8 centimeters. So A will be the right answer. What is the difference in the height? So we read the level. This one is 1.5, 6, and 7. So 1.7 is there, and this one is 4.5. So we take a difference, 4.5 minus 1.7. That's equal to 2.8. So B will be the right answer. A meter rule is used to measure the length, which reading is shows to the nearest millimeter. Like when we convert, we get the nearest millimeter, because to convert if we convert this into millimeter, converting millimeter to millimeter, what we have to do, we have to multiply by 1000. So when I multiply by 1000, I'll get 761 millimeter. So it means I'll get the exact number 761. So this is C will be the right answer. Why this is not correct? Because if I multiply by 1000, I will get 76.1. Like not the whole number, I'm just getting 761.4. Here, when we multiply by 1000, we get 760. Here, when we multiply, we get 700. But the numbers we are not sure, like the nearest, the whole number, whenever we multiply, like because we want a nearest millimeter, means we need a whole number. When we multiply 0.761 meter with 1000, we get 761, which is the whole number. That's why C is the right answer. Here we'll get answer in decimal, and in B and A and B, we won't get the answer in the complete whole number. Like we will not be sure that what is the next number. A student uses a stopwatch to time a runner is running around a circular track. So what is the time taken for a runner to run the second lap? So here 1 minute and 13 seconds. So this is 60 seconds plus 13. So this is 73 seconds. And 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So means 123 seconds. When we take a difference, so 123 minus 73. So what we'll get? We'll get 50 seconds. The difference, the time interval between the first and the second lap. So that's equal to 50 seconds. So which option is 50 seconds? A is the option with 50 seconds. Is it clear? Why not D? The question is not the total time. Why D is wrong? Because in D it's written 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 2 minutes and 3 seconds is the time taken for the complete 2 laps. But the question is, what is the time taken for a runner to run the second lap? If 2 minutes and 3 seconds is a total time for the race to run the 2 laps, but not the time to run the second lap. If the question was, what is the total time to run the 2 laps, then 2 minutes and 3 seconds. But the question is how much time the runner take to run the second lap only. Like when he runs, he completes his first lap. So when he runs the first lap, it passed 1 minute and 13 seconds. Then when he run the second lap, it is the time is 2 minutes and 3 seconds. The question is how much time he take to run the second lap. So between lap 1 and lap 2, that time interval we need. That's why it is 50 seconds. A scientist need to find the volume of a small irregular object. Only a ruler and a scale measuring cylinder is there. To determine the volume, which apparatus should a scientist use? Because it's an irregular object, so for irregular object, we use a measuring cylinder only. We fill the measuring cylinder with liquid and we add this irregular object. So how much the volume changes, that is the volume of the object. We cannot use a ruler here. Why we cannot use a ruler or the scale? Because it is an irregular object. Irregular object does not have a definite shape. So we cannot use any specific formula. Then the diagram shows a reading on a measuring cylinder before and after a small cube is added. How many more identical cubes can be added without causing a water to overflow? So first, the volume of the water was 3. When we add the first cube, the volume changes to 5. Means the volume of one cube is equals to 2. That's why like 3 changes to 5. So if we add another cube, what will happen? The volume will change to 7. We add another cube, the volume will change to 9. But when we add the third cube, the water will flow out from this measuring cylinder. So we want how many identical cubes could be added to cylinder without causing the water to overflow. So if we add 2 cubes, the water will not overflow, but the moment we add the third cube, the water will overflow. So 2 more cubes can be added until the water overflow or flow out. Is it clear? Question 8.
Clear.
Question 9. Which of the following is not necessary when using a measuring cylinder to measure the volume of a quantity of water? Like when we are using a measuring cylinder, which is not necessary. Make sure that the measuring cylinder is vertical. That is necessary because if it is slightly tilted, the volume won't be accurate when you're using a measuring cylinder. If it is tilted, it won't be accurate. So make sure this is what we need. Make sure that your eye level is with a liquid surface. That's also true. Whenever we are reading, we should always look for the bottom of the meniscus and we should look perpendicular. The curvature which is formed, that is a meniscus. So whenever we are reading, we should always look for bottom of the meniscus and look perpendicular. So making sure that the eye level is with a liquid surface, that's correct. Reading the bottom of the meniscus, that's also correct. Use a large measuring cylinder as possible. If you use a large measuring cylinder as possible, it won't be that accurate because large measuring cylinder, the labels are spacing between, like it will have a close spacing. If we have a large measuring cylinder, the levels will be closer. So it won't be that accurate as compared to a small measuring cylinder. Because in a large measuring cylinder, like example, this is 10, this will be 20, 30, 40, 50. But when we use a small measuring cylinder, as a small surface area, so the difference in the height will be more. So using a largest measuring cylinder is possible. That is not what is necessary. But looking perpendicular, reading the bottom of the meniscus, and making sure that the measuring cylinder is exactly vertical, these are the things we should take care of. Is it clear, question 9? Then a pendulum is set in motion for a 20 oscillations or a vibration and in 30 seconds. What is the time for one complete oscillation? How to work out the time period? The formula, if you want a time period is a total time divided by number of oscillations or number of vibrations. So total time is equals to 30 and number of oscillations are 20. So 30 divided by 20, we get 1.5 seconds. 1.5 second is a time taken by this pendulum to complete its one oscillation. So whenever you need a time period is a total time divided by number of oscillations. So this was a pop quiz related to measurement, pop quiz 2.